always on the go, but the day just won't be one without your Hollywood fix. Let Golden State Media Concepts Entertainment Podcast take care of that. An all-inclusive look of pop culture.
Greetings, good people of the planet Earth and the known universe. You're listening to GSMC's Entertainment Podcast. This is your Captain Keith, and our headlines for this podcast episode in entertainment news is Cardi B breakup, Pete Davidson Blocks, and surviving R. Kelly. Oh yeah. So let's get to it. John Gosling awarded custody of his and Kate Gosling's son Colin. John Gosling has been awarded temporary sole legal and physical custody of his and Kate Gosling's 14-year-old son, Colin Gosling. This has been confirmed as of yesterday. On Tuesday morning, John, 41, appeared in Pennsylvania courtroom for a hearing where a judge made the custody decision. Kate, 43, was not present in court on Tuesday. A day prior to the hearing, it was reported that Kate had requested for the hearing to be postponed, but it was not granted. Back in October, John filed for full legal and physical custody of Colin. The Reality X's son has been at an out-of-state educational program since 2016. In early November, Colin visited his dad's home in Reading for the first time in 3 years. Or in Reading for the first time in 3 years. Colin came up for the weekend. John stated at the time, it was his first visit in 3 years. He stayed with me. Colin and John posed for a photo together alongside Hannah Gosling, who has been living with her dad for about a year. The John and Kate Plus and alum captioned a photo of the smiling trio, had a good weekend visit with Colin at home. That is a nice picture of the three of them together. It's cute kids. In late November, the trio spent time together again when they went Christmas tree shopping. They were joined by John's girlfriend, Colleen Conrad, as well as her kids, Jesse Conrad and Jordan Conrad. Found our tree, John captioned in the group shot on Instagram. Let the holidays begin. So it looks like, too, there's been an attempt to reach out to Gosling's rep for comment. The reality TV personality has not commented publicly on the development. I believe they're talking about his ex-wife, Kate. Which Gosling are we talking about? Not quite sure. Kim Kardashian, keeping up with the Kardashians, keeping it up with Kanye. It's a one thing. It's a one type of thing. It's like a synergy. It's just combined. It just is. So Kim Kardashian says Kanye West felt like crap for rude behavior at Broadway show. Of course, that was censored. Yes, it was. Kim Kardashian would never waver from Kanye West's side, even if it means admitting when he is in the wrong. So it's been stated. So Nina Parker from E! News had asked the reality TV star to clear the air on her husband's behavior during the opening night of the Cher show, which drew criticism from the Broadway production's very own stars. Actor Jared Spector accused Kanye of being glued to his phone during the show, prompting the rapper to issue a heartfelt apology for his lack of etiquette. You know what? I understand. Call him out. That's right. You know, you don't go to a musical or a show and then look at your phone all day. That's just not cool. Because we know if Kanye was on stage, he would have called that person out. Like, what are you doing? Turnabout's fair play. Turnabout's fair play. So what's Kim's take on the accidental snafu? Turns out Ye was actually so moved by the musical, he couldn't help but put pen to paper, or fingers to notes app, that is. He felt like crap, she told us at her KKW Beauty pop-up at the South Coast Plaza on Tuesday. He was actually taking notes because he loved the production so much. She's great at spin, isn't she? And before you assume Kim was the one who urged the hip-hop star to respond to the backlash publicly, think again. As Kim described, he was the one right away who said, "Oh my God, I'm going to tweet. I just need to apologize. There's no excuses. It was rude, and I need better etiquette." There's a picture of Kanye and Kim together. It's a nice picture, actually. He's got his blonde and burgundy-ish hair goatee, and she's got her hair pulled back. He's wearing like a black suit. She has like a gray and dark gray and light gray dress. It's made of something. It's pretty stylish. They look good. West's apology, which he posted to Twitter, read, "To Cher and the Cher Show team, the dynamics of Cher and Sonny's relationship make Kim and I grab each other's hand and sing 'I Got You, Babe.' Please pardon my lack of etiquette. We have so much appreciation for the energy you guys put into making this masterpiece. This and an accidental wardrobe malfunction aside, Kim and Kanye thoroughly enjoyed their NYC date night. The Cher Show was so good. I learned so much about her that I didn't know." Kardashian, who idolized Cher, tweeted, "She really opened up about her life, and all the actors were so good. You all have to check it when in NYC." That was a tongue twister. It really was. We had the best time. And don't forget, you can watch the season finale of Keeping Up the Kardashians Sunday at 9 p.m. on E! Sarah Hyland takes break from social media due to horrible comments after cousin's death. So yeah, I mean, this is when the job is not that much fun, when you have to talk about stuff like this. Sarah Hyland's social media platform will be dark for a bit as she continues to mourn her cousin who died in a car crash over the weekend. So sorry to hear that. May your cousin rest in peace. On Sunday, the Modern Family star revealed in her Instagram story that her 14-year-old cousin, Trevor Kennedy, was killed by a drunk driver on Saturday night in Omaha, Nebraska. Trevor's father, Brian, was hospitalized and survived. She shared a screenshot from her family GoFundMe page run by Trevor's sisters that is raising money for funeral costs and medical expenses, and wrote, "This is my 14-year-old cousin Trevor. Yesterday he was killed by a drunk driver. My uncle is still in the hospital and in need of more surgeries." Despite the tragedy, Hyland apparently continued to receive some negative comments from social media users. She called them out on Twitter and encouraged anyone with anything negative to say, not say it at all. "I like to ask those who have negative thoughts or opinions about the tragedy that happened to my family to keep them to themselves. You don't know all the details, and how dare you attack when a beautiful life has been lost," she wrote. "Unfortunately, the hostility continued. You guys finally did it. Your horrible, negative, ignorant words have broken me. Happy," Hyland tweeted, "staying offline for a while. I have a special announcement and video releasing on Wednesday. I believe so. There's that." Hyland's Modern Family co-star Ariel Winter also showed her support for the Kennedy family, if I'm saying the name right, and her friend. In addition, Hyland's only message on the Instagram page about taking a brief hiatus was a picture of the peace sign emoji in her story. Jeffrey Egerling, the driver who hit Trevor's car, was arrested and booked on 2 counts of driving under the influence and leaving the scene of a personal injury crash. Hyland penned a tweet about the perpetrator. Jeffrey Egerling, in caps, had 2 prior DUIs. Seriously, people? Seriously? And tried to run from the scene of the crime after hitting my uncle's car so fast that my 14-year-old cousin, who was wearing a seatbelt, was ejected from the vehicle, she wrote. Jeffrey Egerling is a murderer. I'm reading her statement, so may he rot in hell. According to a press release by the Omaha Police Department, Egerling fled on foot from the scene following the crash. When the crash initially occurred, Trevor was ejected from the vehicle. The police department added that Brian, official named Clifford Kennedy, suffered head and facial injuries considered serious and non-life-threatening, whereas Egerling left the scene unscathed. The Douglas County District Attorney's Office told E! News, Mr. Egerling is currently charged with motor vehicle homicide, DUI causing serious bodily injury, and leaving the scene after causing serious injury or death. Please explain to me how he's got 2 prior DUIs and he was still allowed to drive. He has a bond hearing on Wednesday morning, today. Since its creation of December 2nd, the GoFundMe page for Brian and Trevor has greatly surpassed their $25,000 goal. The Kennedy family has received over 37,000 donations and wrote about Trevor, his dad. Brian is recovering physically, but sadly Trevor has gained his wings and is singing and playing some crazy football in heaven. It continued, Trevor was a funny, smart, innovative, athletic, goofy kid, and he was so loved. His memory will live on in many ways. Our thoughts go out to Highland and her entire family during this difficult time, and yes, they do. So sorry for your loss, and may Trevor rest in peace. That's just heartbreaking. And in more news, though, Pete Davidson apparently blocked Ariana Grande on Instagram. See, Pete Davidson Blocks. Part of the headline. Pete Davidson isn't the only one saying thank you. Next. I'm around here. Ouch. This Saturday Night Live comedian recently returned to Instagram, but this time Davidson did it without one particular follower, his ex-fiance, Ariana Grande. The two of them got engaged in June and ended their relationship in October. That was like quickest engagement ever. It's just kind of crazy. On Monday, he penned a passionate note to his Instagram followers about the perpetual bullying he has been dealing with over the past few months. I've kept my mouth shut, never mentioned any names, never said a word about anyone or anything. I'm trying to understand how when something happens to a guy, the whole entire world just trashes him without any facts, a frame, or reference. He wrote, especially in today's climate where everyone loves to be offended and upset. It truly is mind-boggling. I've been getting online bullied and in public by people for 9 months. Davidson also took a moment to talk about mental health, an issue that has been very transparent and vocal. An issue that he has been very transparent and vocal about over the years. This is a picture of him and Ariana. But it's not taken together. It's just taking the two images and putting them together for the frame. So he continued, I have spoken about BPD, bipolar disorder, and being suicidal publicly only in the hopes that it will help bring awareness and help kids like myself who don't want to be on this earth. The comedian concluded his note by telling his haters that he won't let them win. He expressed, I just want you guys to know, no matter how hard the internet or anyone tries to make me kill myself, I won't. I'm upset. I even have to say this to all those holding me down and seeing this for what it is. I see you and I love you. I mean, yeah, but it's just times have definitely changed. I mean, bullying used to mean being beaten up on the playground, but now it's a whole new game, a whole new thing. It's crazy. On Tuesday, the No Tears Left to Cry singer defended her ex on Instagram. I know you already know this, but I feel I need to remind my fans to please be gentler with others. I really don't endorse anything but forgiveness and positivity, she wrote in a note on her story. I care deeply about Pete and his health. I'm asking you to please be gentler with others, even on the internet. Grande continued to write about her own experiences dealing with negativity and how she deals with it. I've learned through my own mistakes not to be reactive on socials, so I do understand, but you truly don't know what anybody is experiencing ever, regardless of what they choose to display on social media or how they may appear in public. I can promise you, that so please let whatever point you're trying to make go, she wrote. She ended on a positive note about her ex. I will always have irrevocable love for him, and if you've gotten any other impression from my recent work, you might have missed the point. Also Monday, an Ariana Grande fan account posted a screenshot that they received from the singer herself about Davidson's Instagram note. I have never encouraged anything but forgiveness, Grande wrote. I care deeply about Pete and his health and would never encourage any kind of mistreatment. I haven't seen any of it because I'm blocked, but I want you to know that I would never want or encourage that ever, and you should know that. I care about him deeply. When the account tweeted the picture of her message, Grande replied with a heart emoji. She even praised Davidson in her record-breaking hit song, Thank You. Thank you, next. She sings in the first verse, even almost got married, and for Pete, I'm so thankful. And apparently this past Monday, it's been confirmed that Davidson is dating again. Man, people move quick around here. Man, alrighty. Layla Ali accidentally backs into pedestrian with her car. Nice picture of Miss Ali. Layla Ali sent a man to the hospital after she backed into him with her car this past Tuesday. Deputy Schrader with the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department states that Ali accidentally hit a man while driving through the parking lot of the Calabasas Commons in California. On Tuesday afternoon, paramedics and LA County Sheriff's deputies responded to the accident where medics treated the victim on the scene. The man was taken by ambulance to the hospital and is in stable condition. It's been told that Ali remained on the scene and was not arrested nor cited. Per Schrader, the sheriff's department is investigating this as an accident, emphasizing that this was not a crime. And then it looks like there's been an attempt to reach out to Ali's rep for comment. Ali has yet to speak out on the matter. However, early Tuesday, she posted a throwback photograph of herself and her late famous father, renowned former boxer Muhammad Ali. On her Instagram, the captionless snap shows the two at training in a boxing gym. Speaking of the Alis, Muhammad and Layla, I would love to have their biography. That would be a great Christmas gift. So, Ma, Pop, if you're listening, you can send me that book, you know. And I tell you what, because I know, you know, hardcover books can be expensive. To make it easy on you, hey, you can send me the audiobook. It's probably going to be cheaper, and I'll probably get through it a lot quicker because I'm always on the go. You know, I'm always on the move, always driving, always doing something. So, hey, an audiobook would be perfect for me. So speaking of that, audible.com. Right now, for a limited time, you can get 3 months of Audible for just $6.95 a month. That's more than half off the regular price. I mean, give yourself the gift of listening. And while you're at it, think about giving the gift of Audible to someone on your list. For more, just go to audible.com/GSMC Entertainment or text GSMC Entertainment to 500-500. I mean, it's the time of the year when everyone is thinking about thoughtful gifts. I mean, think about giving yourself the gift of an Audible membership. Now is the best time to do that with the special offer. I mean, it's the Christmas holiday, you know, time. It's Christmas time. So, yeah, it's right around the corner. So it's a great idea. So, yeah, Ma, Pop, if you're listening, hey, you can send me the audiobook and it'll be all good. So, and once again, that's audible.com/GSMC Entertainment. Or you can text GSMC Entertainment to 500-500. So yeah, definitely. That's just the way. That's the way to go. We'll be back with more entertainment news after this break. And once again, you're listening to Golden State Media Concepts Entertainment Podcast. This is your Captain Keith, and we were discussing Layla Ali and the accident that she had. So I wanted to mention that the athlete turned host and cookbook author reflected on the close bond she had with her dad in an interview from 2016. She states, quote, "My father and I had a special connection. We all had a connection with our father, but mine unlike any other, because we both did the same thing. We both been hit upside the head and hit some people upside the head. It's a whole different thing," she explained. "We bumped heads over the years, but at the same time, we had so much respect for one another. And I said, that's something I'll cherish and always respect with my father." It's nice. It's a nice little quote about her dad. You know, the greatest, Muhammad Ali. There you go. And in more news, it's amazing the things that actually make me smile. Oh boy, and okay. I'm sorry, folks. Let me. Surviving R. Kelly premiere evacuated due to gun threat. Guests at the Surviving R. Kelly premiere on Tuesday were forced to evacuate after a gun threat was called to the venue. It's been confirmed. Remember I said in my headline, Surviving R. Kelly? Oh yeah. It's not going to stop me from watching this show, Kels. It's not going to stop me. The event, which was held at Newhouse, Madison Square in New York City, was attended by special guests like Kelly's accusers, Kitty Jones, Jahanda Pace, Lisa Van Allen, Asante McGee, and Lizette Martinez, as well as #MeToo founder Tarana Burke. So news sources have reached out to the NYPD for comment. Quote, "At tonight's premiere of Lifetime's documentary series, Surviving R. Kelly at Newhouse, Madison Square, several anonymous threats were called in As a precaution, the network elected to evacuate the building. The safety and security of our panel, guests, and staff is of paramount importance to Lifetime, the network said in a statement. So I've never heard of any other Lifetime movie premiere and panel having threats called in. But somehow it happened with this one. To quote Arsenio Hall, things to make you go, Newhouse has always existed to celebrate creatives, entrepreneurs, and activists with important and meaningful stories to share. The safety of our storytellers and of our members is always our first priority. Tonight was no different, a spokesperson for the venue stated. Despite non-credible threats called in during tonight's screening, we followed appropriate safety protocols in collaboration with the NYPD and elected to postpone the event. We stand by the creative women bringing these heroic stories to light. Burke also took to Twitter Tuesday evening to comment on the incident. So, y'all not going to believe this. Tonight was a private screening of the Lifetime TV documentary hashtag Surviving R. Kelly, where his survivors, parents of survivors, and folks featured in the doc were gathered and a bomb threat was called in and the event shut down. Hashtag mute R. Kelly, she tweeted. Burke continued, the worst of it isn't the threat, though, because it didn't appear to be credible, but the survivors who had to endure his harassment. Hashtag mute R. Kelly. The hashtag mute R. Kelly hashtag was supported by the women of color of Time's Up in May, calling for a boycott of Kelly in response to decades of sexual assault allegations against the musician. Hold on, I'm sorry. Good people of planet Earth and the known universe. I need to reread that sentence. Let me back up. They say, hold up, wait a minute. Okay. She says, I'm just going to read that whole sentence over again. So the hashtag mute R. Kelly hashtag, the hashtag mute R. Kelly hashtag was supported by the women of color of Time's Up in May. Okay. Calling for a boycott of Kelly in response to decades of sexual assault allegations against the musician. Decades. That's more than 10 years. Wow. Okay. He has previously vehemently denied the claims. Regardless, the hashtag led Spotify to remove Kelly from its playlists and algorithm recommendations. Additionally, several of the R&B singer's tour dates were canceled. Kelly, who has never been convicted of a crime, appeared to address the controversy in a 19-minute song he released in July called I Admit. What do you admit to, Kels? What do you admit to? Wow. Surviving R. Kelly brings forward his accusers to tell their stories. Surviving R. Kelly is set to air over 3 nights starting January 3rd at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, Pacific Time on Lifetime. Yes. Okay. All right. So I will be watching that. Yes, I will. Can't wait to see it. It should be very interesting. And in more news, more entertainment news, that is, Ryan Murphy says American Horror Story witches will be back after Apocalypse. See, and I just finished watching the Apocalypse season, and I'm thinking the whole series was done because the way it was wrapped up so nicely and neatly, like a little cute big bow. But according to Mr. Murphy, as they say, but wait, there's more. Okay. Ryan Murphy isn't done with his cadre, or if I'm saying that right, of American Horror Story, which is just yet. The superstar producer was honored with the star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame on Tuesday and dropped some hints about the future of the hit horror franchise. The future of the hit horror franchise while chatting with the press after the star-studded ceremony. The witches will be back, Murphy said, referring to characters played by Sarah Paulson, Emma Roberts, Thaisa Farmiga, Frances Conroy, Gabori Sidibe, and Lily Rabe. First in American Horror Story's 3rd season, Coven, and again in the most recent 8th season, Apocalypse. Man. So it's been like 5 years? That's crazy. Not next season, Murphy added quickly, but we have something really fun planned. As for the next season of American Horror Story, Murphy remained tight-lipped about the possible plot, but confirmed that they already have a storyline planned and he would soon be revealing it to the as of yet unannounced cast. I can't say what it is. I'm going to this luncheon, and many of the horror story actors are there. I'm going to tell them for the first time, Murphy revealed. So I have to tell them first. Murphy was joined at the ceremony by a few of his AHS colleagues, including Paulson, Roberts, Billy Lord, Cody Fern, and Leslie Grossman, who turned out to show their support. That's nice. While the 53-year-old TV producer and writer said he felt really appreciative of the iconic Hollywood honor, he made it clear that he had no intention of slowing down after getting his star. If anything, that just gave him more motivation to keep on doing what he does, the best. Doing what he loves, I think that's awesome. Good for him. Right on. And then more entertainment news. Jennifer Aniston burst into tears after recording a song with Dolly Parton. Jennifer Aniston has been in dozens of films throughout her career, but Dumplin' marked a big first. The actress stepped into the recording booth at Dolly Parton's request to sing Push and Pull with her co-star Danielle McDonald. And as she stated, she ushered out the waterworks. I was so nervous, but I sang through it and then got my voice. I literally couldn't have a squeak come out. And then when we finished, I remember I just burst into tears. Aniston states at the dumpling junket at the Four Seasons Beverly Hills on Tuesday. She did get emotional after she was done, She says she did get emotional after she was done. Parton, who crafted the soundtrack, confirmed calling the actress a real pro in the booth. It was terrifying and fun and all of it. It was great, Aniston recalled. I was fearless, yes, or fearful, depending on how you look at it. But I had Dolly and Linda Perry there, who were just patient and wonderful. The 49-year-old actress said the experience brought back childhood memories of singing into hairbrushes and wanting to be a rock star. I sort of had this weird dream of a lifetime just come crashing in on me, she said. But boy, bow to all of those guys who do that. It's quite fab. It's fantastic. Dumplin' stars Aniston as a former beauty queen whose plus-size teenage daughter, nicknamed Dumplin' McDonald, signs up for a mom's pageant in protest. The role required the former French star to speak in a southern accent, and it got a big stamp of approval from Parton. I love picking up on accents anyway. It's something I've always been able to do a little, and that one in particular. But I also have a fantastic dialect coach who just sort of would give me little tips here and there, Aniston explained. The toughest thing is not knowing if you got it right. I thought she did great, and I told her that. I went to see it with her. I was really impressed, and I knew she worried about it, Parton recalled. She needed to hear it from somebody who knew. So I leaned in and said, your accent is great. You did a great job. And she said, woo, but I meant it. Stepping into the shoes of a beauty queen came a lot easier, especially if you're doing award shows. It's very much like what she's talking about, the dresses and the beauty pageants, don't you think? Parton asked Aniston. It's kind of similar. It's a performance, Aniston agreed. It's a little bit of going out there and putting on your sparkly, pretty self. Dumplin' launches on Netflix and in select theaters on Friday. Okay. I'm going to have to check that out. Yeah, so. The plot thickens. Carrie Lewis responds to ex-wife Toni Braxton's claims that he came for her finances and wasn't there for her. This picture of Carrie. He looks good. It's a picture of him and Toni back in the day when they were married to each other. They were a good-looking couple. Carrie Lewis is responding to the singer's tea-spilling session on Red Table Talk regarding their marriage and divorce. Okay. During her candid conversation with host Jada Pinkett Smith, Braxton, who is now engaged to Birdman. Yes, folks, that's his name, Birdman. Revealed that there was a time she was angry about having to pay her ex alimony. I went through this phase of, ooh, men are the new bees. That's how I felt. That's what I was so angry about, she said. She also believes their breakup was over money and her lupus diagnosis. I felt shallow because my ex-husband and I broke up for money issues. I found out I had lupus at the time. I couldn't make money because I had lupus. I had to cancel the show. That was my personal contribution to the marriage failing, because who wants to take care of a person who's sick all the time? I remember a few times being in the hospital ill, and he would come later in the day and I would think he's not coming because I'm sick, she explained. I never talked to my ex-husband about it. I probably should have, but if I'm going to be completely honest, money was just the decoration on the tree. The tree itself was, I felt, because I was sick, he left. Ouch. I had no idea that she had lupus. I knew she had been sick at one point, but I didn't know it was that serious of a disease. Wow. So she has gone through a lot. I definitely, I'm going to check out her biography, her autobiography. I believe it's called Unbreak My Heart. And you know what? I'm going to get that audiobook because I'm, like I said, I'm never stationary for too long. I'm always on the go. So that'd be the quickest way for me to read it and find out more information about Miss Braxton. And unfortunately, her, what happened with her marriage to Carrie Lewis, who's from the formerly of the group Men Condition, the R&B group. So yeah, that's just really sad. It's just crazy. But yeah, I'm gonna get that book. Speaking of audiobooks, audible.com. So right now, for a limited time, you can get 3 months of Audible for just $6.95 a month. That's more than half of the regular price. I mean, all you have to do is just go to audible.com/GSMC Entertainment, or you can text GSMC Entertainment to 500-500 to get started. So, I mean, you'll also enjoy easy audiobook exchanges, rollover credits, and an audiobook library you keep forever. I mean, even if you cancel. So, I mean, there's also access to an unbeatable selection of audiobooks, including bestsellers, motivation, mysteries, thrillers, memoirs, and more. So, yeah, there's a whole bunch you can do there at audible.com. So once again, that's audible.com/GSMC Entertainment, or you can text GSMC Entertainment to 500-500. So yeah, that's the way to go. Unbreak My Heart, that's her autobiography. So I got to see what else I'm missing about this story. She's gone through some changes. Okay. Wow. Well, we're glad she's better now. So, and there'll be more entertainment news after this break. And once again, we're back. You're listening to GSMC's Entertainment Podcast. This is your Captain Keith, and we're talking about Toni Braxton and her appearance on Jada Pinkett's TV show. So she stated that Lewis, her ex-husband, states he didn't take too kindly to her words and shared his side of the story on social media on Monday. The Men Condition founder tied the knot with Braxton in 2001, and they divorced 12 years later. So that's just sad. So, and here's his statement. In light of my ex-wife at Toni Braxton's comments on Red Table Talk regarding our divorce, men receiving alimony from women, I feel the need to address and shed light on the matter. As the impression is being made that I came for her finances and or wasn't there for Toni, let me start by saying that I really loved Toni. Anyone who was around during the time of our marriage would attest to that. In addition, when she became ill, I did everything I could to take care of her, and we tried for a long time to put things back together, but in the end, we could not. To give insight on the alimony payments, Toni's attorneys suggested she have a prenuptial agreement put in place prior to our wedding, and they drafted one as they saw fit. Because of my love for her and being optimistic of our marriage lasting forever, I didn't feel the need to have an attorney, as I wasn't going to contest anything in the prenup. Fast forward to 2012, after separating, I moved out, and at some point later, Toni mentioned to me that the payments set in the prenup would start being deposited into my account. I received alimony for around 3 years between 2012 and 2014. Now, intentionally or not, Tony's comments have left people with the feeling that we had some sort of legal battle that resulted in her having to pay alimony and therefore share the likes of at Halle Berry, at The Real Mary J. Blige, at Britney Spears. With all due respect, I don't see our situation in the same light. I didn't even use an attorney in our divorce. I also don't recommend that to anyone. In addition, while I often did not agree with the creative liberties that were taken in representing our relationship, Tony's book, A Lifetime Movie, Braxton Family Values, Red Table Talk, we are raising 2 sons, and it can never be to the degree of her referencing me as a B word. That's a problem. I'm definitely open for discussion on women paying alimony to men and vice versa, as I do have mixed feelings about it. And at the end of the day, every situation is different. As for Red Table Talk, congratulations at Jada Pinkett Smith. The show is incredible and the conversations are needed. So that was a very classy and positive response. So, all right, Mr. Lewis, we see you. And in more entertainment news, Donna Brazile to Wendy Williams. Who said I just like men? It's a picture of Donna Brazile in the Wendy Williams show with her new hairdo. And it looks nice. She has like a bob now. Who said I had to tell my whole story my first time on the show? And this is all about Donna was promoting her book for colored girls who have considered politics. Donna Brazile, Yolanda Caraway, Lee Daughtry, and Minion Moore. Okay. Now that our headline has captured your attention, let us fill you another story. That quote, of course, came from famed Democratic strategist Donna Brazile, who was on the Wendy Williams show on Monday to promote her new tome for colored girls who have considered politics. So, what does talking about a book about women and politics have to do with Brazile's sexuality? Well, first of all, we don't think Wendy was ready for the woman who directed the presidential campaign of Al Gore. We don't know what inspired her, but Brazile was ready for Wendy, and she definitely had sex on her mind. Oh my, okay. The plot thickens. There's a picture of Wendy and Donna, and Wendy looks kind of shook. I love my job. You want to know about my sex life? ? Brazile inquired almost out of nowhere. She went on to explain that Wendy gave me a robe. Girl, when I put that on, Teddy Pendergrass is going to come back from the dead. It's going to be Luther Vandross, by the way. To have a good love life, you need a song. You need to put the back up, the legs out, the thighs in, so you can exercise it, rotate it, move it back. At that point, Williams asked, "Who is he, Donna?" Welp. It was right there that Brazile kind of flipped the script on Wendy and came back with this rejoinder. First of all, who said I just like men? Who said I had to tell my whole story my first time on the show? But I can tell you what I do like. I want to be treated right. I want someone who loves me for who I am, Brazile replied. Okay, Donna, since you went there, let us remind everyone that for years rumors have swirled about Brazile's sexuality, but she's repeatedly dismissed the speculation. If I had a personal life, I'd have a sexual orientation, she told a reporter in 1999, according to the New York Times. The last time I talked about someone's personal life, I got fired. Ouch. I'm not about to make my personal life public, she added, referring to the controversy sparked by her comments about the late George H.W. Bush's rumored adultery a decade before. After basically taking over the show with talk about sex, Brazile also discussed her new look with Williams. First of all, the gray is all mine. It's about 3/4 mine. They clipped this. I felt my inner Patti LaBelle, that girl there. She was before 2016, but I've let her go. She said, my niece put some purple streaks in because I'm an LSU graduate. I'm free now. I'm free. Well, good for you, Miss Brazile. Looks like you threw Wendy Williams for a loop there on the show. It's kind of funny. So, kind of funny. And in more news, let's see. Some fresh off the press as we're here right now. Takeshi 6ix9ine, state sex case over. Judge says he needs to answer to feds. So it's a picture of him with all the tattoos on his face. Takeshi 6ix9ine just had his child sex case in New York closed by a judge. But it's not exactly as big a break as it appears. We're told judge revoked the 4-year probation and gave 6ix9ine credit for time served. Takeshi no longer has to perform 1,000 hours of community service. The judge cited Takeshi's federal racketeering case as a reason for the decision. Takeshi's lawyer, Lance Lazaro, states because 6ix9ine is incarcerated on the federal case, they can't enforce the terms of probation, nor can they enforce community service. As we reported, Takeshi got 4 years probation in his child sex case, which was a huge break at the time and exactly what his legal team had requested. At the time, the deal was he would have to keep his nose clean and refrain from associating with any gang members and avoid all gang activity. So there was a child sex case and he got 4 years probation? Okay. All right. Thing is, trouble seemed to follow Takeshi just about everywhere he went. You recall gunfire erupted during the rapper's celebration after his court hearing. His bodyguard got hit. Less than 2 weeks later, he nearly went to blows with Slim 400 during a trip to SoCal. Shortly after that, gunmen opened fire at the Beverly Hills mansion Takeshi rented for the filming of his music video. But the huge hammer dropped just days later. Takeshi was busted in a federal racketeering case alleging Takeshi and his crew conspired to commit a slew of crimes, including drug deals and armed robberies and shootings. The Manhattan DA's office had no comment. Takeshi faces life in prison and that federal indictment. I mean, sometimes, you're just doing too much. Crazy. Alrighty. So there's that. And in more news, Brian Tyree Hill, Luna Lauren Velez, a Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, they talk about their experience. They talk about black and brown superheroes. So the new Sony animated film Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse introduces audiences to a new type of superhero, and Miles Morales, a young man of color who shows kids that anyone can be a superhero. In the film, Morales, played by Shameik Moore, becomes Spider-Man after being bitten by a radioactive spider. The kid from Brooklyn comes to terms with his new powers while trying to stop a group of supervillains who want to create an interdimensional travel with potentially damaging effects on the future. During Miles' journey, he teams up with a host of new spider heroes from different dimensions. They include a black and white noir Spider-Man, Nicolas Cage, right on, a chubby pizza-eating Spider-Man, Jake Johnson, going through a midlife crisis, a futuristic Japanese Spider-Girl, Kimiko Glenn, a cartoon Spider-Pig, John Mulaney, and a friend with her own secret Spider-Gwen, Haley Steinfeld. Each Spider character comes from an actual comic series. In the alternate universe, there's a Peter Parker that we've never seen before. This is Peter at 40. After being Spider-Man for 20 years, he saved the city, got the girl by marrying Mary Jane, and cashed out on all on all the endorsement opportunities that came his way. But then his marriage falls apart. He's moved into a tiny apartment and started vegging out, eating pizza, and growing a beer belly. Oh my. Brian Tyree Hill, who's famous for FX's Atlanta, he's also in Widows with Viola Davis, who voices Miles' father, Jefferson Davis, said, there's flavor to this kid, and it's a household in Brooklyn that we know. These households exist. I'm a huge fan of this universe. I remember coming up when they made the first Spider-Man. The one thing I knew for a fact was that Spider-Man was Peter Parker and Peter Parker was white. I never thought any further than that. What I love now is that this universe has opened up so wide, and we need it now more than ever. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse also stars Mahershala Ali, Luna Lauren Velez, Liev Schreiber from Ray Donovan. Luna Lauren Velez was also from Dexter, and she was also on New York Undercover. Lily Tomlin, and features a cameo from the man behind many of Marvel's iconic superheroes, Stan Lee, who passed away on November 12th. May he rest in peace. And you are missed, Mr. Lee. You are so missed. We definitely got love for you. Definitely. And going back to the podcast headline, Cardi B, me and Offset have split. We're not together anymore. Of course, there's a picture of the two of them. Oh boy, oh boy. Cardi B just made a stunning confession, telling her fans she and husband Offset have split just months after the couple had a child together. And we'll talk some more about Cardi B and her split after this break.
Golden State Media Concepts bring you Book Review Podcast, a haven for bookworms of all ages and the widest genres, from mystery to memoirs, romance to comedy, fantasy to sci-fi. If you love to read, this is a podcast for you. It's the Golden State Media Concepts Book Review Podcast.
And we're back. Once again, you're listening to Golden State Media Concepts Entertainment Podcast. It's your Captain Keith. And getting back to Cardi B. Let's see what's going on. Cardi announced she and the Migos rapper have been trying to work things out for a long time together, and it's nobody's fault, but they've decided to call it quits. In a video Tuesday night, she said the two remain good friends and business partners, but they are no longer in love. Offset was quick to comment on the post saying, "Y'all won," leaving many to believe maybe the announcement is just a prank he's in on. But Cardi seems dead serious in the video. The couple got married in a private ceremony in their Atlanta bedroom in September of 2017. In her video titled, "There You Go, Peace and Love," she mentions a divorce might take some time, but they simply grew out of love. Cardi gave birth to the couple's daughter, Culture Kiari Cephas, in July. So, and then there's a follow-up on that I want to read to you. Cardi B and Offset cheating rumors swirl amid split. He wanted a non-Cardi three-way? My, oh my, oh my, oh my. The timing of Cardi B's shocking announcement that she and Offset had split is interesting because it came shortly after alleged text messages leaked showing he was looking for a threesome and not with her. It's been reported Cardi revealed the rappers who wed last year and had a kid together in July had been trying to work things out for a long time but decided to call it quits. She says they're still friends and business partners but are no longer in love. The reason for the lost love is now a topic of speculation, being fueled by text Offset allegedly sent to a woman who goes by Summer Bunny, asking her to hook up on a menage a trois with another female rapper, Cuban Doll. Oh my. Okay. The scandalous leak, which sources tell us was orchestrated by another woman who had a falling out with Cuban, also included a photo of a FaceTime convo with Offset. Oh yeah, and Offset's text appeared to be from June 28th, just a couple of weeks before Cardi gave birth to their daughter, Culture. Wow. So far, neither Cardi nor Offset have addressed the cheating allegations, but as we reported, he commented on Cardi's video announcing their split with "Y'all won." Still unclear who y'all is or what they won. There's pictures of both ladies, Cuban Doll and Summer Bunny, and they're attractive ladies, definitely. But yeah, that's nothing but a mess right there. Nothing but a mess. I mean, what do you say to that? So, looks like ANTM alum Jael Strauss dead at 34, 2 months after stage 4 breast cancer diagnosis. So that's America's Next Top Model. That's what I meant. So it's unfortunate. Former America's Next Top Model contestant Jael Strauss, if I'm saying her name right, has died just 2 months after announcing she'd been diagnosed with cancer. Sources close to the model who competed on season 8 of the reality show tell us she died in hospice Tuesday around 11 a.m. after taking a turn for the worse Monday night. We're told she'd been unconscious for a few days and her family recently stopped allowing visitors. Jael decided to stop chemotherapy around Halloween and went into hospice on Thanksgiving, saying on Facebook, "First night in hospice, so many things I've never knew about life or death, so many things." The model went public with her cancer diagnosis in October earlier this year with the heartbreaking Facebook post revealing she had been diagnosed with incurable stage 4 breast cancer. That's sad. At the time, Jael wrote to her followers, "I was going to write some long thing, but some of you guys deserve to know. On October 2nd, I was diagnosed with stage 4 breast cancer." She continued, "It has aggressively spread throughout my body and is incurable. With treatment, it may prolong my life longer than the few months. Doctors said I could make it. I don't want to die. I need another one of those miracles that I got back in 2013. Jael appeared on Dr. Phil in 2012 to tackle her addiction issues, and celebrated 5 years of sobriety. This past August on Instagram, her caption read in part, "I know a few things to be true. Miracles are real. Recovery is possible for everyone, no matter how far gone you think you are. We are never too broken to be put back together. Service work feels better than the greatest high. Sobriety makes you weird or not normal, and I'd be dead if it weren't for all of the love and forgiveness I've been showered with by my friends and family." A GoFundMe was started for Jael about a month ago that's raised more than $18,000 of a $30K goal to fund her treatment. Jael's family and friends state in a statement, "The one blessing was that we were able to show her how loved she was before she passed. She brought so much light to people. She was 34. Rest in peace." Yeah, that's just sad. Lil Pump detained overseas after flipping off cops. I think this is the rapper who did that song with Kanye. I love it. There's a picture of him with dreads and they're dyed pink, and he looks very dazed. Lil Pump flew a little too close to the sun and got burned. He taunted police officers in Denmark on camera, got his ass locked up and had to cancel a gig. Sources close to the rapper tell us cops in Copenhagen detained him and his crew Tuesday for an unknown reason. We're told someone in the group was holding something illegal. As they were being hauled to the police station, Pump busted out his phone and began live streaming and flipped a bird behind the officer's back. We're told the cops found out and decided to detain him much longer. Okay, you're in a foreign country. Why would you want to act up? Their police are not going to be like the police in America. They're not. They're going to be different. So they could be better, they could be worse, but they're going to be different. So why would you even put yourself at risk like that? As a result, Lil Pump's concert Tuesday night in Finland's been canceled. The Live Nation website for the show says it's due to unexpected events. Our sources say Pump's expected to be released in the next 24 hours. So far, he hasn't been hit with any criminal charges. The rapper's running with the cops just comes 3 months after he was arrested in Miami. He was also arrested earlier this year for firing a gun into the door of his LA area home. I mean, wow. Okay. I mean, what's that about? I don't get that. I do not get that. Oh my, oh my, oh my. So we'll see what's going on with Lil Pump. We shall see. We shall see. I just wish somebody could tell me how we've gone from Little Richard to Lil Wayne to Lil Pump. Lil Pump. I mean, what does that mean? Wow. Okay. These names today, man. Yeah. Make me feel old, I tell you. And looks like the Cardi B story, it just keeps growing and growing. Instagram model accused of coming between Cardi B and Offset speaks out. Picture of Cardi and Summer Bunny, and it's Bunni. And she looks similar to Black China. It's the makeup style. And then Offset. So the woman accused of coming between Cardi B and Offset's relationship has spoken out. The woman, who goes by the name Summer Bunny, wrote a note on Instagram and apologized for her actions. Good morning. A quick letter to the fans, followers, and social media outlets. During the last 48 hours, I haven't enjoyed the social media frenzy. She typed out. Not only is it draining, but humbling. I will always be woman enough to admit when I'm wrong. And in this situation, I was. Seeing another woman's pain does not bring me joy, nor do I think it's funny. I've always been for women supporting each other. But in this situation, not only myself, but others have failed. Summer added, I separated myself from certain situations and people for a reason. This is not a letter for sympathy, but acknowledgement to everyone whom has questions going into 2019, focused and dedicated to becoming a better me. Thank y'all, Summer. All righty. She added notes to her Instagram story that gave a glimpse at the scrutiny she was under. Praying for peace and happiness, she wrote in one update. I really need it right now. Another note said, mentally not ready for this. The Instagram account, The Shade Room, posted a video allegedly of Summer and Offset on FaceTime together, which is why she broke her social media silence. Cardi B announced in an Instagram video Tuesday night that she and Migos rapper were splitting up after 1 year of marriage. They have an almost 5-month-old daughter together, Culture Kiari Cephas, who was born in July. The Bodak Yellow rapper acknowledged her marital troubles in her video and explained the situation. So everybody been bugging me and everything. And, you know, I've been trying to work things out with my baby father for a hot minute now. And we're really good friends and, you know, we're really good business partners, she said. Cardi continued, he's always somebody that I run to talk to. And we got a lot of love for each other, but things just haven't been working out between us for a long time. And it's nobody's fault. I guess we grew out of love, but we're not together anymore. I don't know. It might take time to get a divorce. I'm going to always have a lot of love for him because he is my daughter's father. Just before revealing her breakup with Offset, Cardi was seen shooting a music video in Miami and not wearing her 8-carat engagement ring. Instead, she was dressed like her rival Nicki Minaj, which could be a clapback in Minaj's recent music video casting of her own that is sure to keep the flames of their feud lit. Okay. Cardi and Offset have dealt with the cheating rumors throughout the relationship. A sex tape involving Offset evidently leaked after an iCloud hack in December. Cardi wrote at the time and now deleted tweets, I'm going to make a decision in my own times with my heart and mind. I don't need to be rushed or told what to do. It's my life. I belong to me, not to the world. Time after time, I Like It. The I Like It rapper pledged her loyalty to Offset. She did, however, allude to cheating in her rap, Be Careful, and sent a very strong message with those same words. She raps, poured out my heart to a piece of crap, man. I thought you would have learned your lesson by liking pictures, not returning texts. I guess it's fine, man. I get the message. And be careful, she continues. You keep in contact with certain exes. Do you, though? Trust me. Brother, it's cool, though. Said that you was working, but you're out here chasing culo and putas, chilling poolside, living two lives. I could have did what you did to me, to you a few times. In February, she discussed her husband's cheating in an interview with Cosmopolitan. It's like everybody's coming down my neck like, why are you not leaving him? You have low self-esteem. I don't have low self-esteem, she told the magazine. I know I look good. I know I'm rich. I know I'm talented. I know I could get any man I want, any basketball player, football player, but I want to work out my crap with my man, and I don't got to explain why. She added, it's not right what he effing did, but people don't know what I did because I ain't no angel. Cardi offered similar words to W Magazine in October. Every single day there's rumors about me and my dude, and it almost drives me crazy because I start to believe them. I don't have no proof. I don't have receipts, she explained, but I just got to know my man. We're practically on the phone 24 hours a day. If I can't find him, I'm going to find his friend. Somebody going to answer the phone. Well, there that is. Crazy stuff. So that's just drama upon drama. Drama upon drama. And it appears that Kim Kardashian is taking over Kris Jenner's annual Christmas Eve bash. Okay. Looks like Kris Jenner is passing on her most beloved Christmas tradition to Kim Kardashian. Every year, fans look forward to the Momager's annual Christmas Eve celebration, where Hollywood stars and famous pals of the Kardashian Jenner fam get together at Kris's pad for a night of food, fun, and festive frivolity. Except in just a matter of weeks, invites will instead make their way to Kim and husband Kanye West's home. As Kim told E! News, Nina Parker at the KKW beauty pop-up shop at the South Coast Plaza Mall. This year is the first year that Kanye and I are having our Christmas Eve party at our house. We're taking it over from my mom. She's still throwing it, but it's at our house. We have a little bit more space. But now that the e-reality star and business entrepreneur is officially taking over the reins, Kim expects her family members to play by her rules. So we'll see how that goes. The mom of three revealed she's concocted a plan to get her sisters and their families together for a holiday card for a photo op, which has become a sore subject for Kim. My goal is that I'm going to get a theme going of what the family should wear, she explained. Tell them to come 30 minutes early with the photographer. Do a quick shot with everyone outside, and maybe do a New Year's card. I might have to really say, guys, I'm planning this. I'm giving you a time, place, and no exceptions. Be there or you're not allowed into the party. Well, there it is. After last year's dramatic Christmas card debacle where Kim struggled to get her family on board and ended up calling Kourtney Kardashian the least interesting to look at, ouch, she told us the chances of a 2018 edition were slim to none. I have to say, and thanks to last year's Christmas card, that really did just screw us over, Kim confessed. That was so traumatic. Kris Jenner has given up. She's just as like, I don't have the energy to wrangle all my kids anymore and their kids. Well, there it is. And like I said, you can watch the season finale of Keeping Up with the Kardashians on Sunday at 9 p.m. Oh, there you go. Well, good people of the planet Earth and the known universe, you've been listening to Golden State Media Concepts Entertainment Podcast. This is your Captain Keith. First and foremost, thank you so much for listening. I appreciate you all. You guys are awesome. Thank you. And I hope you had a good time. I know I did. And until next time, I'll see you somewhere out in space.
You've been listening to the Golden State Media Concepts Entertainment Podcast, part of the Golden State Media Concepts Podcast Network. You can find this show and others like it at www.gsmcpodcast.com. Download our podcast on iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, and Google Play. Just type in GSMC to find all the shows from the Golden State Media Concepts Podcast Network. From movies to music, from sports to entertainment, and even weird news. You can also follow us on Twitter and on Facebook. Thank you, and we hope you have enjoyed today's program.